One of the fastest ways to stay stuck is to chase whatever business trend that is hot right now, because it doesn't reward beginners. Trends will not reward you if you are a new person in business. They reward people who were already positioned before the trend even existed. Every few months, the internet discovers a new gold rush, either it be SMMA, dropshipping, AI, agencies, or crypto, whatever the algorithm decides to amplify next. And it always looks so simple. Quick to start, low barriers, huge upsides. It is because you're seeing it at the moment it finally worked for someone else. You never see the 2 years nothing happened and nothing worked. And by the time something looks so easy, it's already filtered through survival. But you would never see the 1,000 who tried and disappeared. You would only see the handful that actually made it through. And by seeing that, your brain automatically thinks, oh, if they can do it, I can also do it, of course. And it is technically true, but it is also contextually misleading. The funny thing is that the people who are shouting about the opportunity right now rarely started right now. They have already been working on it for months or even years, testing, failing, and learning things that doesn't even fit into a 60-second clip. And once it finally works, it becomes the new thing. Not because it's new, because it's finally visible. And of course, why would they show you the hard part? Because their income doesn't depend on your success. It depends on your attention. Your attention pays their bills, not your results. So the content is optimized for watch time, not for accuracy. Complexity gets compressed, difficulty gets softened, and risks gets ignored. Because friction kills views. Once a trend becomes mainstream, thousands of beginners rush in at the same time. Not with experience, not with differentiation, but just with urgency. And suddenly the opportunity that looked wide open becomes a crowded battlefield with identical offers. So you're not competing with experts, you're competing with thousands of people that watch the exact same video as you. But the biggest cost isn't failure, it's fragmentation. Every trend resets your progress. New skills, new audience, new identity, new learning curve. So instead of building depth, you are building shallow experience across many things. You become permanently almost starting. Time compounds whether you stay in a direction or not. So someone who commits to one path for 5 years becomes hard to compete with. But someone who switches paths every year becomes permanently average. Not because they lack ability, but because nothing gets the chance to mature. You must know that most durable success stories does not start with trends, they start with problems. Real problems that exist before the internet notices them, and that will exist after the trend dies or the hype. So instead of asking what is hot right now, you ask what is painful, persistent, and valuable to solve. Trends feel safer because it comes with social proof. Thousands of people are doing it, millions of views, screenshots of income. It all feels like real momentum, but most oftenly, it's only noise. The path that actually works is usually less exciting, slower, less visible, and harder to explain to others. But it compounds quietly while trend chasers keep restarting. So the question isn't whether a trend can work, because many do, it's whether you're building something that still makes sense after the trend fades. Chasing trends can feel productive because it looks like action, but sometimes it's just a socially acceptable way to avoid committing to something difficult. Real progress is quieter. It looks more unimpressive in the moment, repetitive, and it's even boring. But it will compound with consistency. While everybody else resets, you are still committing to one thing that can compound. So instead of searching for all the newest business trends and asking what's trending, ask what's worth getting good at. If the video was interesting, drop a like, follow, and comment what I should do next. I will be responding to everything, so yeah.